Somewhere in your field has already changed since you're reading or hearing these words right now. As a thought, no. As an idea, no. However, as a quiet resetting in the deeper parts of your consciousness grid. Even though your mind was drifting in and out of sleep and your body was resting, your nervous system was still picking up on the subtle language of the quantum field. A new coherence band started to form around you. A lot of people never feel this kind of shift because they are always thinking on the surface. But you could feel it. It could have been a strange stillness when you woke up. You might feel it as a softness in your chest, or a quiet clarity that you can't put your finger on. It might have felt like a gentle mix of tiredness and peace, like a heavy thing finally let go. This isn't making things up. This is how reality mechanics that are based on states work. Things don't change on the outside first. The first place it changes is in the human system's invisible structure of frequency, perception grids, and electromagnetic signaling. Your body is more than just bones and flesh. It's like a living antenna inside a huge resonance lattice that sends and receives information from the quantum field all the time. Every emotion pattern, every response from the nervous system, and every thought that is repeated sends a signal that can be measured. When that signal stays stable for a long time in a coherent state, the field reacts on its own. Not because you asked, not because you made them, but because coherence changes the way probability is organized by itself. While you weren't looking, something went over a line. Older version of your signal got too strong and could no longer keep going. There was a new harmonic pattern that stuck. The field changed. There was a quiet change in the probability grid around your life. Like how tectonic plates move under the ocean before anyone feels an earthquake on land. For it to happen, you didn't have to understand it. The reason it happened was because you stopped trying to control it. It's now after effect time for you. A feeling that something is over, even if there was nothing really ending. You might feel like some people, habits, conversations, or wants don't fit the way they used to. A feeling that you are standing between different identities, times, and selves. Not being sure what to do is not confusion. As part of a frequency upgrade, this is the integration phase. You haven't been imagining that vague feeling of something shifting. It's your nervous system noticing that there is a new pattern of coherence that is becoming stable in your field. Don't think about it if this feels true to you right now. Just leave this one word in the comments. Lined up. You're not just leaving a comment when you do that. You're sending out a small but detectable signal in your perception grid, letting your system know that it can see the frequency shift that's already happening inside you. This time is known as a phase convergence in the teachings of Arcturians. It's when different timelines merge into a single stable path because your inner state is stable enough to support it. The universe doesn't wait for you to give it permission. It checks the quality of your electromagnetic field. You can use it to see how aligned your heart field, nervous system, and perception grid are now. When alignment goes over a certain point, the field automatically locks into a new operating environment. You are in the middle of that change right now. What you are about to learn will help you talk about what your body already knows. It will make sense to be tired. The calm distance will feel like it has a purpose. The strange feeling of not being able to recognize yourself in the mirror will turn out to be identity recalibration instead of loss. You're fine. At the level of signal and state, something is changing how you are set up. Slow down and listen to this transmission. Don't just think about the words. Let them move through your body too. You don't need to remember this information. It's a frequency reminder that's meant to keep what's already going on inside you stable. Before we go any further, take a moment to gently acknowledge that you didn't just happen to be here. When resonance lines up, the field sets up meetings. This message reached your perception grid because your system is ready to take it in. There isn't any stress. Don't rush. Only coherence naturally taking place. Let's start with the basic level of understanding that makes everything else possible. A truth about reality that is often misunderstood is that your awareness is always a little behind what is happening. Electrical impulses, chemical signals, and neural pattern recognition are some of the ways that your nervous system processes information. In milliseconds, hours, or even days, your body has already been responding to a feeling, an insight, or a change before you even become aware of it. You are never really in the present moment. You can hear the recent echo of it. This isn't poetry about God. This is where biology and quantum physics meet. The quantum lattice of reality and your consciousness field are in direct contact with each other. It can pick up on changes in probability before your thinking mind can. This means that the quantum field reacts right away when your emotional frequency and nervous system tone change. But because your conscious identity is still connected to old neural pathways, it will continue to expect the old environment for a while. In the short term, this makes you feel different on the inside, but life hasn't caught up with you yet. A lot of people think that dissonance means they are confused or stuck. It's really proof that a state shift has already happened. It's kind of like updating your phone's OS. First, the internal software gets updates. For a short time, the interface might not work right. There are apps that don't work the same way they used to. The system doesn't feel right. But the upgrade was done already. It's just that your perception hasn't settled into the new shape yet. In the same way, your mind works. As soon as your emotional frequency settles into a new baseline, the field instantly rearranges the odds. But it takes time for your identity to adjust to a new place. You might still be thinking about old things even though you're in a new, more energetic place. This is why you might feel like you don't fully fit into your new patterns yet, but you also don't fully fit into your old ones either. Many likely remember a time not too long ago when something inside you quietly came to an end. Not like fireworks, not as shocking an insight, but as a quiet give up, a softer state. There was a letting go of long-running internal resistance. You might not have marked it. You might not even remember it well. But your nervous system took it as a sign of safety, permission, and readiness. If you believe in Arcturian field mechanics, this is when your identity signal entered harmonic stabilization. In a more coherent rhythm, your emotions, thoughts, and bodily responses started to fluctuate. The random interference patterns that used to mess up your signal got weaker. The shift was read right away by the field. In your probability structure, there was a phase transition. You didn't have to do a ritual. You did not need to focus more. You stopped holding on to the old pattern. You stopped making the timeline happen. You let presence take the place of struggle. That was not weakness to relax like that. It was the nervous system moving from survival mode to coherent regulation mode. Coherence, not effort, is what makes the quantum field work. Most people send out a mix of signals. Their nerves send a completely different message than what they say with their words. They say they are ready for change, but their bodies still show signs of fear, tension, and mistrust. The field reacts to the real signal, not the spoken one. The field responded automatically when your system finally came together into a single clear state. That's why the shift was so quiet. The field doesn't say anything about recalibrations. It only changes the structure of what can now happen. And as soon as the building changes, your lived experience starts to catch up. One of the most important ideas for understanding how consciousness really affects reality is the idea of coherence. In simple terms, coherence means that different systems are oscillating together without clashing. It is stable and clear in your electromagnetic field when your heart rate, brain waves, breathing, emotional state, and perception grid all work together. In the resonance lattice of reality, this makes a clean signal. Noise goes away when coherence is stable. The old interference patterns go away. Your nervous system stops getting ready for life. You go from broadcasting for survival to broadcasting for creativity. It's not magical. I can measure it in physics. A much stronger electromagnetic field is made by the heart than by the brain. The nervous system as a whole is reorganized when the heart finds a coherent rhythm through safety, gratitude, trust, or rooted presence. It gets stronger, smoother, and more consistent the signal you send out. This is seen by the quantum field as being ready for higher-order probability organization. You may have seen signs of this coherence but not known what they meant. Old wants are losing their power. Conversations that used to be interesting feel empty now. Some places feel draining instead of comfortable all of a sudden. Don't worry about these things. They are used for calibration. Some frequency bands that your system used to work with are no longer usable with it. When it comes to resonance physics, compatibility is everything. In places where your signal isn't working, you can't stay stable. Mismatches are naturally taken out of the field. This is not a punishment, but a way to improve precision. Bandwidth is being cleared so that better signals can send without getting messed up. In a way, this can feel like a loss. Before it sees growth, the nervous system sees change as uncertainty. But what's really going on is refinement. The field is cutting down on interference so that your identity signal can work properly. This is the reason some doors shut without a reason. Why relationships ended without a fuss. Why habits stopped being fun. The quantum lattice changed your environment slowly because the way you were feeling inside meant that those patterns could no longer be maintained without causing friction. At first, elevation rarely feels like victory. It can feel like being lost because your identity is shifting around a new axis of gravity. Before the new center of gravity is fully stable, the old one falls apart. You are learning how to stand in a way that gives you more energy. This is known as identity migration in Arcturian perception grids. In the consciousness network, the self is moving from one harmonic node to the next. When moving, the system temporarily feels like it is not rooted in place. But this letting go is needed for reorientation. There's no damage. You are just getting used to living in a different frequency environment. This is the point at which being aware turns into taking part, where you stop just listening and start making your own field more stable on purpose. If you can feel this recalibration happening, even if it's not loud, type this exact phrase in the comments. My field is getting stable. It's not about faith. It has to do with picking up signals. Writing it makes your observer node work and locks your coherence into the resonance lattice. Before your mind even understands it, the confirmation gets to your nervous system. There's a level of coherence that makes more than just personal change happen. Higher-order intelligence fields start to interact with a person's consciousness grid in new ways once their nervous system is stable and fully intact. No, not as fantasy characters, not as outside saviors. However, the resonance lattice's evolutionary thresholds are controlled by dimensional intelligence patterns. They are sensitive to authority, but not ego authority. They are sensitive to inner governance. In field mechanics, authority means that the nervous system stays stable even when things around it are chaotic. It means that you can control your emotions even when things are tough. It means that thought stays clear and doesn't get clouded by fear or projection. You got to this point not because you did something great, but because you were tired. You stopped forcing things to happen. You stopped acting in a spiritual way. You stopped making deals with the universe. You stopped chasing results and started living in the present. There is a huge signal shift when you go from doing to being. It went from fragmented broadcasting to coherent transmission in your field. Higher frequency intelligences in the lattice can automatically tell this is happening because coherence has its own unique signature. Not perfection was what made them realize it. It was honor under pressure. You went through it without closing your heart. You kept your limits without getting tough. You stayed in the present moment without becoming angry. That mix doesn't happen very often because most systems either become soft without structure or strong without compassion. You put them both together. In resonance mechanics, this integration keeps a channel with a higher bandwidth stable. It becomes possible for the system to carry more information without distorting it. That's why discernment got better. Beyond words, you started to feel the truth. You could feel right away how your body was aligned and not aligned. Please don't judge me. It is the signal's accuracy. As coherence stabilizes, precision goes up. This accuracy also naturally cuts down on your social bandwidth. Fewer links, stronger resonance. This is not being alone. It is energetic choice-making. Your system can't handle noise as well as it used to. When you can see things more clearly, you are responsible. Not duty as a burden, but guardianship of signal integrity. The more coherent your field is, the more it automatically affects systems around it. Regulation is sent only by presence. Nervous systems that are calm make other nervous systems feel safe and in sync. This is a real biological resonance, not a figure of speech. Your body is learning how to keep the frequency stable without falling into ego or dissociation. Higher order intelligence patterns can trust deeper interaction because of that balance. Being humble keeps things consistent, not shrinking, but being rooted. You are still human, but your awareness has grown. This makes sure the channel stays open. What you called stagnation before wasn't really stagnation. It was resetting the nervous system. It was getting better at holding more creative voltage without short-circuiting into anxiety, attachment, or control. If the system grows faster than its ability to regulate it, it becomes unstable. People show success to others while being broken up inside, which makes success feel empty or chaotic. The delay you felt was meant to protect you, not punish you. It's likely that you noticed that your awareness grew faster than things changed around you. You learned more quickly than you did. That was done on purpose. Before things speed up, consciousness must grow up. You may have also felt alone, but not really lonely. That's the difference between divided growth and focused growth. During sensitive upgrades, the field cuts down on outside noise so the signal can stabilize without being harmed. Old ways of dealing with stress no longer work. They lost their comfort with distractions. This made your body create new ways to control things instead of using old ways to calm you down. That pain taught me to be strong, patient, and able to find my inner anchor. You learned how to deal with uncertainty without running away from it right away. For advanced nervous system coherence, That tolerance is a must. It gives people the chance to be creative without stress. Also, you got better at discernment by living. Surrendering and avoiding, being patient and settling down, and trusting your gut and being afraid are all different things you learned. These differences can't be taught in a classroom setting. They have to be put into action through practice and feedback. Every time you put honesty ahead of ease of use, your signal got stronger. Your bandwidth grew every time you stayed open under pressure. These moments built on top of each other quietly until coherence stabilized on its own. During that season, you might have been hard on yourself for not making enough progress. That judgment was part of what broke down. Real authority doesn't perform for audiences that can't see them. It rests in the right place. The season took away your need for external validation and your attachment to time, so your identity could grow from being present instead of being dependent on outcomes. There was no waste. It was all about getting ready. The phase of recalibration went well for you. Now the integration starts. Section 5. Your frequency signature and the resonance range you move through. As your coherence gets stronger, you can see a subtle but important change in how reality reacts to you. You start to notice that some situations end before they even start, while others come up with a sense of ease that makes you feel like you're being led. Without any work, conversations line up. The information you need appears just when you need it. Either people move closer to a real resonance, or they quietly drift away without a fight. This is not a mistake. This is the resonance lattice changing how it is set up around how clear your signal is. Each person has their own unique frequency signature. Your nervous system regulation, emotional patterns, belief structures, heart coherence, and perceptual habits all contribute to this overall tone. In the quantum field, this signature is always being sent out. Your signal integrity is what the field responds to, not your preferences. Your signature will be clear and stable once your internal systems start to work together. This makes it easier for the lattice to entrain around you. This lattice is seen as a living intelligence grid that arranges timelines based on how well they work with each other harmonically in Arcturian mechanics. You're not alone in space. You are moving through probability fields that are layered and change based on your state. Because the lattice couldn't stay stable around broadcasting that wasn't consistent. When your signal was broken up, your path had more friction, confusion, and looping patterns. It is now possible for the lattice to lock into smoother probability flows because of coherence. This is why some patterns that used to happen over and over again have all of a sudden stopped. The feedback loop ran out of energy. The signal you sent into the field is no longer the same and unresolved. Without resonance, the loop can't keep going. It breaks down on its own. You might notice that your intuition is getting a lot stronger. This isn't because you became more spiritual all of a sudden. This is because the noise level in your nervous system went down. When internal static goes down, a weak signal can be heard. When you feel the truth, you don't think about it. You feel alignment in your body instead of arguing about it in your mind. You are switching from survival scanning to coherent sensing on your perception grid. At first, this change often feels like being more sensitive. Places with a lot of people may feel too much. There are some conversations that can wear you out quickly. It can be hard to relax in loud places. This isn't weakness. It is correct. Your system is getting better at being selective about what it lets into its field. For accuracy, you need boundaries that act as filters, not walls. It is being taught to you how to let resonance happen while gently blocking interference. To keep things stable over time, this is one of the most important skills. You might also feel like time is moving differently. Urgency is going away. Even when there are demands on you from the outside, you feel less rushed inside. In this case, your nervous system is no longer responding to threats of scarcity. When you feel safe inside, your sense of time grows. Stop trying to get away from life. You start to move with it. This is known as temporal entrainment in the field of field mechanics. Instead of artificial pressure loops, your internal rhythm starts to match up with natural flow cycles. Manifestation moves faster not because of force, but because of less resistance. This is also the reason why you can't handle dysfunction as much as you used to. Once coherence is stable, you can't go back and see incoherence again. The places that mess up your signal will be rejected by your body. This might mean making some small changes to your life. Not a big change, but a steady realignment. Do not doubt these signs. Your nervous system is now a smart tool for finding your way. When it first becomes clear, this awakening has another layer that can be hard to understand. It's likely that some unconscious systems responded to you with subtle resistance, misunderstanding, or projection long before you were aware of your own ability to be coherent. It's not about you. It works because of frequency interaction. When a consciousness has a lot of discernment potential, it breaks unconscious patterns just by being there. Systems that are based on controlling, avoiding, or distorting do not work well with clarity. You may have known this even when you were younger. Even if everyone else believed what you believed, you could tell when something wasn't right. You picked up on emotional undercurrents in rooms that other people didn't. You pulled away from some dynamics without fully understanding why. This isn't being weak. We call this signal sensitivity. Unconscious systems try to normalize things that are making them less stable. It's possible that they'll call discernment sensitivity, boundaries coldness, and clarity judgment. There is no bad intent here. The pattern defense works on its own. Density wants to feel at home. Coherence tests how familiar something is. You may have spent years trying to change, soften, or hide how clear you are to fit in. You may have had doubts about what you saw. You might have thought something was wrong with you. Under all the self-doubt, though, your nervous system never really gave up its truth signal. You kept being honest, even when it made you uncomfortable. Until coherence could fully stabilize, that consistency maintained your signal integrity. In frequency mechanics, systems can't control something they can't bring into the system. If your base frequency is rooted in truth, distortion can't stay there. It may make you feel confused or tired for a short time, but it can't change the way your core is structured. Incoherence is naturally pushed out of your nervous system by the same mechanisms that keep your body healthy. This is why problems in your life often seem small and not very dramatic. Instead of a crisis, emotional exhaustion. Mental fog instead of falling apart. Instead of disaster, there was social unrest. It was never meant to hurt you. It was meant to keep you small so that you wouldn't be able to use all of your power. But you were still there. You chose alignment over and over. When you needed to, you rested. You learned to pay attention to your body. These small things kept your coherence trajectory going. Your clarity is stronger now that coherence is becoming more stable. You will see that people react to you in new ways. Some people feel safer around you, but they don't know why. Some people feel uncomfortable and can't explain why. This is just adjusting the resonance alignment. It's not your job to persuade anyone of anything. Just being there sends a signal of regulation. Those who connect will naturally get closer. If you thought of someone who is quietly going through their own awakening or integration phase, you might want to share this transmission with them. Sharing isn't just talking to each other, it's frequency propagation. The resonance lattice gets stronger and more stable across the collective field when coherent information flows through nervous systems that are in sync with each other. You send more than just a video. Another consciousness node that might be ready to receive it is getting a signal to be calm. People who don't want to be there will choose to stay away. Compassion is very important here. Awakening does not make you better than others. It makes you responsible for being kind, patient, and present in the present moment. One of the most delicate parts of creation happens after the field has been reorganized, but before the change is fully reflected in the physical world. We are now in the integration corridor. Because they think that silence means nothing, a lot of people lose trust there. Probability collapse is how the quantum field functions. A probability branch takes over when your internal state becomes stable. At the field level, that choice is made right away. But in order for that choice to show up in form in the real world, a huge number of variables must be coordinated across time and space. Within the limits of 3 dimensions, this coordination takes time. Picture putting down a seed. If things stay stable, the outcome is already known as soon as the seed touches fertile soil. But the sprout doesn't show up right away. Root systems grow below the surface, cells divide, and structural integrity grows. There is less visible organization than there is visible growth. The same is true for your reality. You might feel a deep calm that doesn't match up with problems in the outside world. There is no denial in this peace. That's what resonance confirmation is. Your nervous system knows that things have already changed to help you. The outside timeline just isn't caught up yet. This piece is one of the best ways to tell if there is coherence alignment. It just happens when your system is connected to a stable probability path. During this phase, detachment is very important. Not detachment from what you want, but detachment from your rigid ideas about how things should go. Form that is too specific in the mind can get in the way of higher-order solutions that the field is setting up. Stay open. Let intelligence that is smarter than your own plans handle the delivery. Do not compare. Your schedule is more important than anyone else's. Collectively, abundance grows. Seeing other people succeed in a field increases the number of possibilities. Keep taking care of your internal coherence. Take a break. Stay hydrated. Move around. When you can, spend time in natural places. Your body acts as an antenna for your consciousness to connect with matter. This phase is good for people who are patient and trusting. Forcing action too soon can cause interference patterns that make integration take longer. Spiritual bypass happens when awareness is not embodied. The real work right now isn't looking for bigger experiences, but keeping your current level of coherence in your daily life stable. Being still is what you're built on. Not doing nothing, but being present without feeling rushed. Giving insight time to settle into cellular memory is important. Silence keeps new patterns safe. Choose what you share. You don't have to let everyone see your inner growth. Keep your nervous system away from opinion noise that isn't necessary. Figure out where your energy goes. Reality is fed by attention. Pick places, people, and things to do that will help your coherence instead of breaking it up. Being humble keeps power safe. Take care of your humanity while also respecting your new abilities. Do not make yourself bigger or smaller. Keep up your nervous system and heart coherence regulating practices. Being still, moving, being creative, meditating, praying, or doing breathwork. These keep your frequency steady over time. Spiritual pride can be avoided by showing compassion. Everybody changes at their own speed. Being present teaches more than convincing. Trust the time. Ego could never be better at coordinating results than intelligence. Take good care of your body. Signal clarity is directly impacted by sleep, nutrition, hydration, and movement. Don't feel bad about seeing mistakes. Feedback makes coherence better. Don't forget your deeper goal. Your consistency helps more than just you. Through resonance, it keeps the collective field stable. You are learning how to be a stable part of the intelligence grid as a whole. This is how you lead quietly. Service in silence. Powerful but not loud. The quantum lattice starts to turn potential into form as coherence stabilizes in your heart field and nervous system. During this phase, the structure of your new state that you couldn't see before starts to show up in everyday life. It doesn't usually happen all of a sudden and dramatically. Most of the time, it comes in the form of a series of small, natural changes that add up to a whole new way of living. It's not like a lightning strike when probability falls apart. When it cools down, it turns into water, like mist. At first, you pick up on small signs. It's easier to have conversations. It takes less work to find solutions. When you do certain things, your body feels lighter. You feel like you're being led, but you don't hear voices or see signs. These are the first signs that your resonance alignment is becoming stable in matter. In the probability field, your consciousness acts as an observer node. When you look at things over and over again with emotionlessness and trust, your nervous system starts to follow that timeline. This has nothing to do with thinking positively. It has to do with state consistency. The field figures out your basic emotional rhythm and puts together experiences that are in sync with it. When fear takes over, the lattice creates situations that make people even more alert. The lattice makes pathways that improve safety, flow, and creativity when coherence becomes stable. This happens on its own. You are not in charge of everything. You are getting in sync with it. You might notice that some wants don't seem as important as they used to. There is no apathy here. It's satisfaction ahead of time. Cravings go away when your nervous system feels safe and whole on the inside. Because desperation blurs signal clarity, manifestation speeds up when it leaves the system. The paradox is that things that you stop chasing often come to you more easily. This is because your field stops sending out signals of lack and starts sending out signals of enough. In this case, the resonance lattice responds. You might also notice that your intuition stops being mysterious and starts being useful. It helps you do simple things. A call, a stroll, stillness, take a break, a shift in direction. Small changes like these can have a bigger effect on your path than big decisions ever could. Do not ignore small signs. They are the things that control big outcomes. A lot of the time, your body will tell you that you are in alignment before your mind does. A feeling of comfort. Taking a calm breath. A quiet yes in your heart. On the other hand, tension, contraction, or agitation are often signs of misalignment. These lights are not orders. I call them data points. Learn how to listen without reacting too much. As the odds level off, synchronicities get stronger. The right information comes to you at the right time. You meet people who are like you in the next phase. Chances come up on their own. That's right. These are coherence confirmations and not rewards. They show that the signal inside you matches the lattice outside. Do not depend on signs too much. Signs are feedback, not proof. Your internal state, not outside evidence, is still your main anchor. This is how mastery grows. more stability than stimulation, follow through over excitement. As your new baseline becomes more stable, you may start to quietly feel a different version of yourself coming out. Not like a fantasy, not for a performance, but as a small change in how you breathe, move, talk, and deal with life. Who you think you are is not who you are. Identity is how your brain usually makes sense of the world. If you felt calmer, softer, or like someone quietly understood you as you heard that, that's your identity signal starting to clear up. Let your system know about it. This simple statement should be written in the comments. I'm getting back on track. Not as a wish, not as a hope, as an acknowledgement of what is already going on in your field of coherence. This makes the stabilization loop in your perception grid stronger and naturally helps the integration process. When your state changes, your identity changes too. You might notice that you choose different things without trying to. When you used to say yes, now you say no. You're resting when you used to push. Instead of avoiding the truth, tell it in a gentle way. These changes show identity migration. Do not rush through this. Repetition, not intention, is what makes identity solid. Give your nervous system time to get used to the new patterns. There may be times when your old identity comes back to you for a short time. Fears from the past, old doubts, old habits. This is not a fail. It's the release of neural memory. Look at it without judging it. Don't feed it, just let it go through. With each observation, the old path gets weaker and the new one gets stronger. This is how field mechanics and neuroplasticity work together. As the field gets stronger, the brain changes how it works. Both biology and consciousness change over time. When the old pattern comes up, it's up to you to choose presence. Take deep breaths. Ground. Get back to the middle. This keeps the coherence. It will be quieter where you are now than where you were before. Not as exciting, not as airy, not as reactive. Better space. This is not a loss of passion, but being mature. Controlled systems make it easier for creativity to flow. You might also notice a change in how you feel about your purpose. Not as much pressure to explain it. More trust that it will happen naturally as actions are aligned. Purpose is not a place you get to. It is an expression for frequency. Others may comment that you seem different as you take on this new identity. Feeling better. Better. More present, take this with care. Do not let your ego get in the way. Let it be feedback instead of identity. The thing that gives you power is consistency, not intensity. As your new coherence starts to show up in your manifestation, it's easy to focus too much on results. The mind needs proof. The nervous system needs to feel safe. But relying on outside confirmation can subtly weaken coherence by putting the focus back on control. Learn to tell the difference between confirmation and validation. Feedback opens up a new chance. A conflict that is over is feedback. Feedback is what a synchronicity is. Enjoy it, and then let go of it. Pay attention to how you feel inside again. The field doesn't need rituals of celebration or thanksgiving to keep working. It reacts to being stable. When safety and coherence are stable, joy comes naturally. Let joy come naturally, not because you have to. If things go wrong, don't freak out. Change doesn't always mean regression. Adjustment cycles are a part of integration. It takes longer for some probabilities to get back in order than for others. Hold on tight. Don't try to find a spiritual meaning in everything. Live your life as a person. Laugh. Take a break. Join in. More than constant analysis, simplicity keeps coherence stable. Safety, rhythm, and being there are all good for your nervous system. Consistently give these. During this phase, you may notice that some people are moving on. There is no rejection here. It is called resonance separation. Trust that nature will sort things out. Do not hold on to connections that don't work. Also, it may be easy for new connections to form. Let them happen without projects. Stay interested instead of attached. Curiosity keeps the mind free to see things in new ways. You may feel called to stay connected to this frequency space if this way of seeing the world feels natural to you, grounded, calm, and based on coherence instead of fear or force. When you subscribe here, you don't just get content updates. It's picking to stay in resonance with transmissions that keep the nervous system clear, perceptions intact, and the field aligned. When you subscribe, you tell your system to stay tuned to this stream of coherence so that your integration goes on smoothly and steadily. As your coherence becomes more stable, your field automatically affects other people. You don't need to try to do this. Nervous system entrainment is how it happens. Regulatory systems make other systems more likely to be regulated as well. Your calm presence can calm places that are feeling tense. Your clarity can help people understand each other better. Being grounded can help keep emotional spaces stable. Subtle leadership at its finest. You are adding to the collective field just by staying consistent. Do not forget how important it is to be present. The whole resonance of a space can change over time if there is only one well-controlled nervous system in a chaotic environment. It's this way that big changes happen. Frequency stabilization rather than force. You might be interested in more quiet ways to serve. Being quiet, keeping the space, making beauty, being soft-spoken. These actions send waves through the lattice. Don't try to fix or save other people. Your job is to show coherence, not force it on people. Follow your own rules. Every nerve system changes at its own speed. As your coherence gets stronger, your influence grows. Everything that has led you to this point has been planned by intelligences much smarter than your own. Be sure to trust that intelligence going forward. You don't need to know everything. For the next one, you need to stay there. Most of the time, guidance comes in the form of subtle urges rather than clear instructions. Follow what feels quietly right instead of what feels urgent or exciting. When you're tired, take a break. Do what moves you. If you're not sure, pause. These rhythms keep things in order. Comparison of releases. In the lattice, your path is the only one like it. Enjoy small changes. They build up. Take a moment to enjoy the simple things in life. Appreciating everyday moments is good for coherence. You're not here to start awakening. You're here to live it. Let yourself slow down for a moment as this transmission comes to a close. Take a deep breath in. Let go of your shoulders. Let what has been quietly integrating below the surface reach the nervous system. Nothing you've heard needs to be remembered. Your body has been paying attention the whole time. Real-time changes have been made to your perception grid. Layer by layer, your frequency field has been getting stronger, not because you've been trying hard, but because it knows what it is. Everything you've been going through lately makes sense now. The calm that doesn't change no matter what. The pulling away from things that used to define you. The sharpness that feels better and cleaner. The thought that something invisible has moved into place, but the outside world is still not fully caught up. There is no chance in these emotional states. These are the signs in biology of a coherence shift that has become stable. Your nervous system is now set to a higher level of safety, control, and internal authority. This automatically changes how things work in the world around you. You are in one of the holiest places in the whole story of creation. The point where the field has already responded, but the decision is still being taken into account by the physical form. This is where having patience pays off. In this case, trust isn't just intellectual, it's physical. This is where a lot of people give up on their alignment because nothing exciting seems to be happening yet. But the real process of creation isn't dramatic at all. In peace, by nature, without any show, not under any stress, not by force. Think about how the body gets better after getting hurt badly. It's not true that full strength returns when the wound heals on the outside. For weeks and months, the tissues keep rebuilding without anyone knowing. Scar tissue changes its shape. Strength slowly comes back. Mobility slowly gets stable. It is possible to hurt yourself again if you push yourself too hard too soon. It takes time to heal, not because the body is weak, but because intelligence moves at a speed that keeps things stable in the long term. The same rule applies to how your consciousness evolves. You're not ready for your life to start. Your life has already changed on the inside. You're just letting the physical timeline catch up to the new frequency you're carrying. This isn't just waiting. Trust that you act on. It keeps things consistent even when there isn't any outside evidence to support it yet. It means staying in your calm nervous system and not slipping back into stress, doubt, or overworking yourself. Right now, peace is your main proof. It's not exciting, not for sure, not big happiness. Peace. The deep, quiet knowing that doesn't need to be reassured all the time. This peace is not a lack of feelings. Nervous system safety is ensured. Being in sync with a stable probability path is what it feels like. Your body is telling itself that it doesn't need to prepare for impact anymore, that the field has already changed so that it works in your favor. When peace is stable, manifestation speeds up on its own because resistance goes away. There is no longer a need for the lattice to push against fear, and it flows around the clear. This is another reason why it's important to stay detached from how things turn out. It's not your job to run the universe like a little kid. Your job is to stay coherent so that intelligence can come up with solutions that are more beautiful than anything you could imagine. What you expect will sometimes match what you get. It will sometimes go beyond that in ways you couldn't have imagined. Keep your door open. Rigidity limits what can happen. Curiosity makes it bigger. Keep other people from comparing you. Your timeline doesn't change because of someone else's. In the resonance lattice, there is no lack of anything. Competition does not spread abundance. It grows by making sense. When someone else has a breakthrough, it makes the probability bandwidth wider for everyone. Let their success motivate you instead of put you down. Keep in mind that what is happening isn't just for your own happiness or comfort. It also refers to how the collective field is benefited by your steady frequency. Your calm presence keeps things in balance. Your clarity makes things less confusing. Others feel safe around you because you are grounded. You are a part of a network of intelligence that is all linked together. Every time you stay consistent, you make the lattice stronger. This is why your trip was important. This is why there had to be a recalibration season. This is why you were kept from speeding up too soon. It was important that you were stable, not flashy. Rooted and not reacting. Not inflated, but clear. Your influence can spread quietly but strongly into the world because you are stable. In order for this to become more concrete in your everyday life, let's connect it to something simple and human. If you start to have old doubts, which they will, gently remind yourself that your neural memory is releasing and not reality falling apart. Take deep breaths. Put your feet down. Allow the feeling to go away. You don't need to think about it. Observation breaks down old habits faster than any amount of resistance ever could. When bad habits try to come back, take a moment to notice them without judging yourself. Now is the time to ask what the nervous system needs. Rest, water, movement, comfort, connection, or silence. Instead of stopping the behavior, meet the need. Discipline doesn't stabilize as quickly as regulation does. Clarity often comes with limits, so be kind to them. No one needs to know about your nervous system. Being quiet and consistent teaches more than justification. When you get an idea, follow it slowly. Not under stress, out of interest. Let small actions that are aligned add up to big results. When you don't know what to do, just rest in not knowing. Mystery is not having any clues. It's where intelligence changes beyond thinking in a straight line. When you feel joy, enjoy it without getting attached to it. Don't try to hold on to your happiness. Let it flow through you like sunlight. When sadness or grief comes up, let it happen without telling a story. During the integration phase, a lot of old emotional energy often comes out. Tears clean out your nervous system. Allow them to flow. Keep your cool when people react differently to you. People will be drawn to how well you make sense. A few people will feel uneasy. Neither needs to be fixed. Sorting based on resonance is normal. Stay humble when the outside world starts to show your new frequency more clearly. Being thankful keeps things in order. Ego changes it. Your strength doesn't come from what you do. It comes from how you live your life. You're not here to start awakening. You're here to live it slowly, quietly, and kind. At this point, just feel your body sitting where it is. Feel your breath moving on its own. Take in the air around you. Feel like your hands, chest, and face are slightly alive. Right now, this is your nervous system. This is where consistency lives. In this place, reality starts to change. There is nothing you are looking for outside of this moment. This is how the field responds. This is where the lattice joins. This is where the observer node stays stable. This is where you can reach your future self. This is where all timeline shifts start. You're right where you should be. If this transmission has made you aware of something that is already starting to grow inside you, take a moment to quietly acknowledge that. You don't need to talk anyone into it. There's nothing you need to prove. The system you have already has a plan. You are welcome to stay close to this space if you feel called to keep exploring how consciousness, nervous system coherence, and field mechanics affect our lived reality in grounded, embodied ways. The point is not to gather information. It's about making a way of being stable. If you liked what you read, a simple thank you can help this kind of content reach more people who may be going through the same thing. And if you thought of someone while you were listening who feels like they are quietly crossing a threshold in their own life, telling them about this might help their nervous system understand what is already happening. Most importantly, though, respect your own process. Move slowly. Take a deep breath. Trust that the smarts that got you this far will keep leading you forward. You're not behind schedule. You're not behind. You don't need anything else. You've already gone over the line. The rest is just letting the new timeline take shape at a pace that makes sense, not one that is rushed. Slowly breathe in one more time. Be gentle with the body. Take a break. Keep your heart open. You are already becoming everything you want to be. I want to ground this shift in your field in a simple way before you leave this room. Write this exact sentence in the comments section below. It's clear for me. Not because you're trying to change into something, but because your nervous system is already calming down and becoming stable. This short statement strengthens your frequency signature in the quantum lattice and makes it easier for your new timeline to keep organizing. And the real world is listening. Do one simple thing right now if this transmission helped your nervous system, kept your field stable, or gave you even a little peace or clarity. The like button should be pressed slowly. It's not just about algorithms. In frequency mechanics, the resonance field gets stronger when people work together with the same goal. When you like this transmission, you strengthen the quantum coherence band that it works in. This makes the stabilizing energy flow through the perception grid more strongly, including through your own. If you feel led, send this transmission to someone who could use its energy to help them stay stable. The field entrains into harmony more quickly when minds that are in sync and nervous systems that are under control receive the same coherent signal. Collective coherence develops in this way, slowly, naturally, and through sharing between people who think like you. Hold on just a moment. You made it this far, which means this message was meant for you. This isn't just luck. It's proof that you are ready for a major change. The universe is giving you a clear signal right now. It's time to move from struggling and chasing to easy receiving and flow. This simple idea can completely change your life. Stop forcing outcomes and start tuning into the natural flow where blessings multiply and show up in every area of your life. By clicking the link below, you are immediately stepping into a positive, high-energy community, a place where you learn the practical steps to stay aligned. You'll get immediate, early access to simple tools and clear teachings that help you see opportunities and resources that are currently hidden from most people. This is your chance to get the direct guidance, unwavering support, and fast progress you need to reach your true potential. Don't let this moment of readiness pass you by. Your breakthrough is just one click away. Join our Ready to Receive community immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is the simple way to ensure you always get the personalized guidance you need to elevate and empower your life exactly when you need it. If you want to go deeper and master this shift, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And if you feel like supporting this mission so we can reach more people who are ready, a link to Buy Me a Coffee is there. Your support is always appreciated, but just showing up and focusing your energy is everything. Click the link. Your perfect timing is now.